Hey guys, it's Fuzzy here, and today we're going to be doing Bowser. This time, it's not going to be in Lego form. I wanted to make a sculpture instead, but just like for anything else that I make, I will be starting with the body. For the body structure, I attached these rings to an outline of the body. I also made the tail part of the outline so it would appear more seamless when I filled it in. After that, I put a pipe cleaner on either side for more stability. And it's kind of like a guide for me, so when I'm filling it in, I get the body shape right. Since I am going to attach the arms from the inside, I'm only going to fill in the top section right now. I find that to be the simplest way to do it at the moment, but I might learn a different way later. After I thought I was done filling the body, I started on the arm, and then I realized it wasn't enough, so I had to go back to filling again. Then when I filled in the rest of the top half, I started to mold the arms with a few lines of pipe cleaner. In order to get the shape right, I just squish it into place, and if it's too long, I just fold the pipe cleaners in a little bit instead of taking it off completely. And of course I made another mistake, and I forgot to make little tabs at the end of the arms, so I ended up redoing the arms anyway. Then, after I corrected the arms, I structured them a little more by connecting the 4 pipe cleaners of the arm together. I usually take a long time filling things in because I want the pipe cleaners to be clean and even. That's how I get them so straight. I just take my time with it. Now it's time to move on to the hands, which is going to be another separate piece that I will be attaching using the extra pipe cleaners that is sticking out of the arms. Before I start to wrap the fingers, I put the nails on first so it looks like it's coming out of the finger rather than sitting on top of it. For the armbands, I got 2 pipe cleaners and weaved another into both and left some wire sticking out from either side so that later I can attach them onto the arms. For the spikes, I twisted some pipe cleaners into cone shapes and then I trimmed the fuzz. There are also a lot of times where I actually remake things entirely or replace pieces because the portions are so off or I didn't look at enough reference photos and I just assumed it was a certain way. For the neck, I didn't fully know how I was going to attach the mouth, so I just made the skeleton a part of the neck, and I hoped I would figure it out later. When I finished filling in the neck and the mouth part, it looked kind of like a mutated salamander of some kind, probably because the extra layer on top looks kind of like eye sockets. Then after looking at some reference photos, the mouthpiece being attached to the neck would all work out in the end because I thought, I could just put the lip piece over the mouthpiece. But before I do that, I'm going to make the green part of his head, which I didn't know was the actual color of his neck, but I only find this out later. Now for the red puffs of hair on his head, I just basically take 2 pipe cleaners and fold them to make an arrow, then I attach them to make a 3D arrow. After that I weave a pipe cleaner between all of the points. After I attach all the hair, I can finally fill the sides of the head in and put some eyes along with some eyebrows in. Bowser definitely goes through a lot of forms in this video, doesn't he? From mutant salamander to an orc with no top teeth. This was definitely my favorite part to see. Everything on the face coming together to resemble Bowser finally. It's a good thing that his spike collar thing covers his neck, because I didn't really want to go back and change the neck color. At this point, I would have had to remake the whole head. Now before I start making the pattern on his belly, I have to fill in the rest of the body and leave a space in the back. I also made his tail a little bigger because it looked too small compared to the pictures. For the belly pattern, I wanted to make the same bumpy texture, so I divided each bump so I could weave a pipe cleaner between each of them to make each section rounded. But after I finished, the texture didn't show very well, so I trimmed the fuzz off of a pipe cleaner and I put them between every bump. But now onto the legs, which is like making the arms but downwards. The feet though are a little harder because the toes are defined, kind of like the bumpy pattern on his belly, so I kind of have to make that for the foot. After attaching the legs, it is finally time to make the shell. My plan for the shell was to have it be one separate thing with hooks on it because it would have been difficult to attach it from the inside since I already had to close the front to attach the belly. Since the white part of the shell is rounded, I made two outlines and attached them with mini arches so that when I fill it in, it will be rounded. I wasn't sure how I was going to put the green part of the shell on, so I started to make a lining of some kind so I could form a dome by attaching the skeleton part to the lining. After I was done with the skeleton, I once again tried the same kind of bumpy texture effect I tried on the belly. Then I put some spikes on it, which for these I do normal spike shape, but then I add some orange at the bottom and make it rounded. Even though I forgot to film me filling in his back, he is now completely done. Let me know if you like this video, and thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I will be seeing you guys later.